Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Labb and welcome back to another video. So today, for once, I'm taking a break from speaking about the absolute cretins that glorious United States has to offer, and I'm turning instead to the second most abominable state in the most known universe, the United Kingdom.
Come on, everybody!
Now, the United Kingdom normally has three types of entities: people from London, Barry the Brexiteer, and people from the Principality of Birmingham.
Don't ask me why. I've just woke up in a f***ing steaming mood, yeah? Because I live in a
The person I'm speaking about is a mixture of the last two. Meet Shifty RP, also known as Arlo in the fandom. A gentleman from the UK that has been one of the most disgusting furries I think I've ever met regarding his transphobic and frankly disgusting conduct that I've seen from my own eyes. They've released their own apology, and I'll pick it apart as I go through the video. The individual in their own apology says that they knew the target of their harassment, aka a good friend of mine, Joel Hyena, when they identified as a male. That's why they're still transphobic to them to this day. Our first screenshot here mentions, and as we see, I don't think people really want a f***ing tranny at LondonFurs. You're a guy, get over it with your dick. Here is the message that sparked all the transphobia. It's included in the apology, and is the funniest thing about it. Shifty simply explains it by saying, yeah, it's an alt account that I didn't create. It holds the exact same amount of believability as someone saying their account was hacked when sending tons of horrid racist messages on Twitter. He claims that they downloaded the profile pictures and created an alt account. In Shifty's apology, he mentioned that how he lost his temper and chat over the gender of the victim in situation, Joel Hyena. Now, not only does he not include any of the screenshots, but if he did, you'd see the exact same account shown from before that he said allegedly was faked, being extremely transphobic. So let's take a gander. This first begun in the LondonFurs group chat. Blame his shitty ass. We then see multiple people correcting their gender mistake. He then replies with, I've known him as he for many years. They then continue to ask him to stop misgendering them before saying, Shifty, stop this please, what you even on about? And then J Wolf even says, if it's a slip up from historical, it is okay, but when you consistently repeat it, like, it's just not a good look. And then Shifty replies with, I don't give a shit about his gender. It then continues on to where he says then, he has a dick between his legs, I really don't care. Oh, I'm not transphobic, it's an alternative account. This is legitimately in the LondonFurs thing. And it is their account, you'll see it used later on. So, this is the situation he mentions about how people tend to get under his skin and cause him to freak out in LondonFurs of all places. Essentially going on transphobic tirade about how Joel, who had now come out as a trans person, was a guy, and it's disgusting to see. In Shifty's Telegram chat, he even admits to consistently calling Joel he because his Sona was technically still male. Like, you are actively admitting to this. This is a conversation between two other individuals that I don't know, but it also was Arlo talking to someone else. That's a bit harsh to say. A bit harsh to make someone want to commit suicide, no? That's a bit harsh to get someone kicked out of the fandom, no? True. A bit harsh to get someone banned from every local fur meet, no? If I could, I'd murder him.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
But that's too fucking painless for what he deserves. I'd rather not discuss this if you're going to talk about murdering someone. Fuck off then. As long as you're on his side, I don't want to know. I was never on the side. You gave him your own group. That's a fucking disgrace. Anyone who's welcome in that group, that's not going to change. I don't fucking care who's welcome. Well, then that's your choice. I'm not letting him out in sight of my own eyes. God fucking help him if he goes to Scotiacon. I'll fucking chop his cock off and make sure the transition is permanent. That is fucking vile. So this conversation, as I mentioned, happening between Shifty and another individual who I don't even know who was. But this is when Joel originally came out about these allegations, and instead of, apologising or attempting to be calm with it, Shifty then plays the victim and further states that he's given Joel bottom surgery if they attend Scotiacon. This is something you'll see a lot with Shifty. Instead of apologising or calmly taking the situation, they'll make threats and then attempt to justify them and play the victim. Also, funnily enough, none of these situations that we're showing now, Shifty speaks about or attempt to downplay in his apologies, contain any sort of screenshots. No evidence, while the opposing side has this abundance of unbelievable evidence. But let's continue. So this is in the Scotiacon pics and videos chat. Someone joined the chat, so it's a brand new place for him to welcome in. And Joel says, oh heyo, to the new person who joined. Shifty, seeing that Joel is active within the chat, then comes in and says this. Oh, look who it is. Face who forged the everything. Shane Darkmane hasn't banned you yet. Joel then says, okay, only because you were caught for being transphobic doesn't mean you still need to target me. Arlo then responds with, you forged the evidence. Joel responds with, you only live the way, dude, and the police will happily deal with discrimination and harassment. Leave me alone. You tell them what they want, leave me alone. Go ahead, call the police, sweetie. I'll wait for you to walk back into the hospital for mental issues. They then say, leave me alone, transphobe. Arlo responds with, should have thought that before cloning my account and ruining my life. So they just admitted to being transphobic. Joel then obviously says, false, but regardless, he just admitted to being transphobic once again. Arlo responds with, you're the one accusing me of transphobia and making fake messages, buddy. The police already know I have my case against you, plus all the evidence against you. So along with the release of evidence against Shifty, he began attacking Joel in every single chat possible. Every convention chat, local furry, hell, fucking Doris from Devon and the Carlisle Highlands had an argument in her Facebook knitting group because he just would not fuck off. Arlo, just a bit of advice, if you don't want to be removed from every single group in the fandom in England, maybe don't pick fights with every fucking convention space and make absolutely horrific threats of violence. Using the fact that you have anger issues isn't a valid defense. That is your own problem. You can't slaughter a family of 5 in cold blood and in the trial go, sorry judge, I've got anger issues. We then meet in another chat for the convention notification. Arlo makes threats of murder towards Joel. Arlo starts the conversation looking for attention with so pissed off right now. Ryuko goes, what's up? Why, friend? Cunt who started accusations almost made me commit suicide just saw in another group. Basically ripped into him and got myself banned. Oh shit, that's not good. Oh shit, I'm sorry to hear, hon. If it weren't for the ideology of good and bad, I'd have murdered him brutally by now. And someone who had been giving support to them then just says, my guy, that's inappropriate to say in here. Like I care, take some time and don't do anything you might regret. We're here to be your friends. Too fucking late for that one. No, but then just immediately cuts into pretending, as we see here with nobody likes. I sat at LondonFurs for an hour before being kicked out, and the fucking staff wouldn't even tell me why until a friend could get it out them through the staff chat. I'd not even done anything, it's all accusation. Deckard responds with, wow. Dark then responds with, you actually asked to be removed. I still like you though, you cool bus nerd. Let me get this straight. You legitimately stated in these screenshots I'd have murdered him, well, continuously misgendering them, by now. So, let me get this straight, once again. You actively misgendered someone in chat, but then actively fucking stated you were going to murder them, brutally, might I add, if you had the chance. And then you go on to claim that Joel is the reason your reputation is ruined in the fandom and nobody or any convention will allow you near them. You actively threaten others in con spaces and in your apology, but you legitimately threaten to fucking murder someone. Also, Arlo, in your Telegram chat addressing the issues, you provide zero photographic evidence or elaborations on your claims, instead moving to genuinely slander Joel by saying they abused previous partners. That's actual slander, because you offer non-adequate responses to anything Joel has put out, which is photographed proof of your accounts, what you said in all incidents you've attempted to downplay. What can I offer? Advice that Shifty will definitely not take. Leave the internet. Focus on yourself and grow as a person. I understand your brain may be tiny, but it's the best thing to do. Come back with actual proof that you've changed and people will finally see that. People don't respect words, but proof of you've changed might help. But that's all from me today. Make sure not to follow this individual, but thank you very much and I'll see you guys in the next video.